So guys, I wanted to make a video about Kell Brook. It's gone all quiet with Kell Brook. You know, there was a lot of talk about Kell Brook fighting, you know, Jeff Horn, Jesse Vargas, and we've not heard anything. You know, there was meant to be an announcement quite a while ago. Eddie Hearn said he would announce Kell Brook's next opponent, and it's just gone all quiet. Obviously, we heard when Liam Smith is fighting, is it Sam Eggington? He's fighting Sam Eggington, and you know, that's a fight that obviously they're looking to line Kell Brook in with. I still think Kell Brook wants the Amir Khan fight. I still think he's, you know, I think it gets to a point where, you know, someone's gone his own direction. It's a time where you pack your bags and say, you know what, I'm going in my own direction. And I don't know with Kell Brook, with the stagnated. I think Kell Brook's thinking to himself, where do I go? They're thinking about fighting Jesse Vargas. And I think Kell Brook's in a situation right now where he wants the Khan fight still because he knows it's big money, and he probably retires after that. Whereas Khan's probably a bit more ambitious than Kell Brook right now. I think Kell Brook just wants that big payday, and he probably wants to get out of there because he doesn't show a lot of ambition of wanting to fight Vargas. Yeah, he may fight him, but I think it's more because his hands are tied because he's got nowhere to go. You know, he was the mandatory to Jarrett Hurd. Even if he wasn't the mandatory to Jarrett Hurd, he could have tried to make that fight as a voluntary defense. You know, I'm pretty sure Jarrett Hurd wouldn't have minded fighting Kell Brook. So I don't think he had any intention of fighting Jarrett Hurd. I think he probably thought the fight's too risky, and he probably loses the fight, and he probably thinks it could be a career damaging fight as well because Jarrett Hurd's big. You know, so I do think maybe the eye issue is still a problem. We saw him struggle in his last fight against a guy in Michael Zarafa who no one really heard of, who no one's ever seen, and he struggled badly. You know, I don't know what he's waiting for. Is he waiting for this Khan Crawford fight to take place? The problem is that's not happening in 2 months. He's surely going to have to fight because his last performance was terrible in December, and we need to know what's going on with his career. Who's he going to fight? He himself needs a structure, needs a plan. He can't wait for Amir Khan because Amir Khan might fight Crawford and then might not fight again this year. Does that mean Kell Brook just waits out? So Kell Brook's going to have to fight maybe once or twice before he gets the Khan fight, possibly. And if Khan wins against Crawford, then he may never get that fight. So I think Kell Brook's going to have to first he's going to have to decide what weight categories he's going to fight. He said he wants to come back to 147. Is he going to fight Jesse Vargas? Is he going to move up to 150? Or is he going to go to 154, fight there? You know, I think he's a bit confused right now what to do. There's no plan. There's no you know, plan of where Kell Brook is going next. It was all Amir Khan, Amir Khan, Amir Khan, Amir Khan. That's it. That was his own plan. And there's no plan. I don't think and what they're thinking, if we fight Jesse Vargas, the Khan fight doesn't happen. Where do we go after that? Do we jump into a big fight against Errol Spence or Sean Porter in a risky fight that if he loses, it may be over for him? You know, but then they're probably looking at the Jesse Vargas fight and thinking that's a dangerous fight. If he loses that fight, you know, which is a possibility because Vargas is a good fighter. And on Kell Brook's last performance, you'd probably say if he performs like that, Vargas wins the fight. I do think Kell Brook's a better fighter than Jesse Vargas, but to me, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight, especially where Kell Brook is in his career. I don't think he's going to be that motivated for that fight also, because it's not a monster fight. With some of the fights that Kell Brook's had over the recent past, it's not in that kind of caliber, but it's still a tough task and still a hard opponent. So I don't know what next for Kell Brook. They were talking about if it's not Khan, they're going to jump him into a monster fight. The Vargas fight is not a monster fight, but it's still a good fight. I just don't know where his career is going. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if he just hangs it up. I don't know, because there's not a lot of vibes coming out from his camp. There's nothing being said. Is he struggling to get a fight? You know, it feels to me like Kell Brook's always struggled to get a fight. But let's see what happens. Hopefully he can get the fight over the line with Vargas. And then we have a fight date. And then who knows? If he beats Vargas, Khan loses to Crawford, then that fight may happen. But I do think if Khan beats Crawford, then the fight's completely dead. If Kell Brook loses to Vargas, the fight's completely dead. If either guy loses, right, if Khan loses to Crawford, Kell Brook loses to Vargas, then the fight's completely done. If Kell Brook beats Vargas, Khan loses to Crawford, then there's a possibility the fight may still happen. But right now, it's not looking very promising for Kell Brook. We don't know what's going on. Eddie Hearn's not really talking about him that much. He's obviously tied up with AJ, White, and there's a lot of bigger fish now to fry for Eddie Hearn. And Kell Brook's gone down way down the pecking order for him. So leave your thoughts, guys. What do you guys think Kell Brook's going to do next? Where do you think Kell Brook's going to go next? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.